Welcome back, Nick Lenz's movie review, episode 22. Spoilers! Yeah, this is another one of those spoiler episodes. Second one about that. This one I'm doing on the film Suicide Squad of my thoughts on the film. Okay? Now, the film has had its problems. I do like the film, but yeah, the film has problems. Now, the film got criticized for its direction and its editing and its storytelling. I think it was storytelling, wasn't it? Oh, the plot. The plot and the direction was okay, but I do agree with the editing. Yeah, there was some stuff I thought was missing from the film. Now there's some characters I'm going to talk about before I get to the main characters. Look at some of the minor characters. Zoe Lawton, I'll talk about her when I get to Deadshot. I'm going to talk a little bit about. Let's see. First one I'm going to talk about is Johnny Frost. He is from a book called Joker by Brian Azzarello and Lee Berchimo. Yeah, he's the one who does the artwork for it. It's a really interesting little one-shot to read, and that's where the character comes from, so at least they adapted somebody no one expected. But yeah, he is a character from the comics, in case anybody's wondering about that. Okay. Azzarello did a little bit better job for his cameo in this movie than he did in Batman v Superman. Yeah, it was a lot more better. And plus, he's all in costume. Affleck, you saw him in several scenes as Batman and out of the costume as Bruce Wayne. And he did a great job. Heck, he even got a chance to fight Deadshot. Yep, I'm so happy he did that. Yeah. Alright, next we're going to talk about is the... First, I want to talk about the main villain, Enchantress. More interesting than her persona when she's June. When she's June Moon, she's okay. She does a pretty decent job playing the character. The actress who plays her, Carla DeVicini, I think I'd say pronounce her name. Yeah, she has a pretty decent job playing June Moon. As Enchantress, she's a lot more interesting of a character as Enchantress. Her brother is an okay villain. Yeah, that's all I gotta say about that. Okay. Now, before I get to Suicide Squad, I want to talk about the Joker. Yes, Jared Leto's Joker. Wow, this guy was so good. Yeah. Yep, he was so good, despite the fact the actors cut some of the scenes. Jared Leto did a great job as a Joker. Is he replacement for Heath Ledger? Kind of is. But is he better than Heath Ledger? Time will tell. Heath Ledger only played the character once, but he had more screen time than Jared Leto did. But that is the studio's fault for cutting some of the scenes out of his film. I mean, he appeared for a handful of scenes, but he wasn't integral to the plot, but he's more like an obstacle to the squad themselves. So, Leto, you did a great job playing the Joker, and I gotta praise the casting director for casting him. An Academy Award winner as the Joker, that is something. First one to actually win the Academy Award before he becomes the Joker. Alright, before I talk about the squad themselves, let's talk about the woman who let's talk about the woman who recruited them. Amanda Waller by Viola Davis. Wow. It's like, the way she portrayed Amanda Waller was something out of the Ostrander days. And yes, Ostrander does have an Easter egg. There's a building called John F. Ostrander in the building, in the movie, where Amanda Waller has her sit up in Midway City. Yeah, the film takes place in Midway City, the home of Hawkman. And Hawkman is nowhere in this movie. Though, oh yeah, and Gotham City gets referenced multiple times in this movie, along with Superman. As a matter of fact, the film takes place right after Batman v Superman. Yep. Yeah. So, Viola Davis did a great job playing the character. I got credit for that. Rick Flag, same thing. I got same feeling about him that I got from Amanda Waller. Stuff from it's like the way he portrays Rick Flag portrays him. The guy who portrays him, Joe Kinnaman. It's similar to how Ostrander wrote him in the Suicide Squad series, though he's not crazy. Yeah, he kind of looked crazy when he was part of the Suicide Squad. He wore a completely different outfit than he wore in the comic, but it's okay. It's also for the movie. All right. Oh, okay. As for the squad themselves, first up, it's Slipknot, a Jerry Conway character who only appears for a few times, and in the comics he's a white guy. In the film he's a Native American. There's really not much of his character, and then there was barely promotion for him, and he's essentially a throwaway character who just happens to die because he tries to escape. And he dies by getting his head blown off. Kind of similar to how in the Batman Assault on Arkham film, KG Beast got killed because he declined. He had a bomb in and Waller detonated it. Though this time in this film it was Rick Flag who detonated the bomb. Yes, he has a little control thing that keeps an eye on everybody who has a bomb in their head. Yeah, that's actually something from Ostrander Run, who has people who have bombs in their heads. Yeah, that's from Ostrander's Run. In the current continuity, they have like they're not wearing it now, but when Adam Glass was writing it, they had more collars with bombs in it. I am not kidding about that. That's how they control the Suicide Squad. In the film, they did something from Ostrander's Run, which I love they did that. The team itself is a mixture of stuff from the Ostrander's era and New 52. It's a little bit mixture between the two of them. Not much except not. Katana, I felt as though the actress did a really good job. Didn't get many lines, but she was still awesome. And I'm glad the fact they cast an Asian for this character because she needed to be Asian. And I do like the fact they kept the fact that she is a widow, like she's never portrayed in the comics. But there's no mention if she has kids. Yeah. And in the comics, she actually wore the outfit she wears in the movie, but for some reason she's gone back to her New 52 attire. Killer Croc, another Jerry Conway character, and one of 4 Batman villains in this movie. El Diablo was not necessarily an enemy of anybody. He's just a former hero. And I did check. He did have an ongoing series briefly. It lasted for 6 issues. I think it might have been a limited series, but at least he has a series. Excuse me. But, yeah, El Diablo is the only one who's not an enemy of somebody in this movie. Yep. I'll get to El Diablo in a minute. But, Waylon Jones, Killer Croc. Yeah, this character was interesting. And he's more, he kind of acts like, in a way, he kind of acts like Harley Quinn's bodyguard in the film. In a way. Kind of. Because Harley's kind of sweet on him. But at least he's not treated like an animal. Which I'm kind of glad they didn't do. And he's portrayed quite nicely by a British actor, which I really just can't pronounce his name. Alright, Captain Boomerang. So happy they call him Captain Boomerang. I don't know why in the promotions they just simply refer to him as Boomerang. His name is Captain Boomerang. I know the name sounds funny, but his name is Captain Boomerang. And yes, he does throw a lot of boomerangs, and he actually fights people in this movie, which I'm kind of glad he does. And he's kind of a coward like he is from the comics, which I'm kind of glad they kept in the movie. The only thing I didn't like about the character this version is that he didn't have an antagonist relationship with. He was antagonistic toward Deadshot. El Diablo, probably one of the most breakout characters of the film. I mean, yeah, he's kind of like a stereotypical Hispanic gangster in the film, but that's kind of his past. But he has a lot of remorse of what he done. But yeah, and he actually is probably the only person who's part of the group who actually has powers. Yeah, that's the thing about El Diablo. He's the only member of the group who actually has actual powers, and his outfit is kind of like a street hood type outfit. Crocs is simply like gangster, yo, like something else. Yeah, it's kind of bizarre. It's like Deadshot and Rick Flag are the only ones who actually wear proper uniforms in the film. But yeah, it's stereotypical Hispanic stuff, but it's still he's still a great character in the film, and I love it when he transforms into that giant skeletal creature. Yeah, I never knew he could do that at all. And one thing I noticed though, him and the Joker both have one thing in common: they both got tattoos. Yep. All right. Next up is let's see, who else is there to talk about? Harley Quinn. And I did read up that Paul Dini, one of Harley Quinn's creators, he loves what Margot Robbie did in the film. Yeah, and this was the character a lot of people were hoping to be really good, and Margot Robbie lived up to it. Not much cut for her. I mean, I would say a lot of her stuff was actually kept in the film, but she did a great job, and I love the flashbacks they gave for her in the film. And especially, like, one of the most recent trailers they showed was Joker jumping off a ledge into a vat of toxic chemicals. Yeah, apparently in the comics of how Harley got that way, how she got her chalk white skin, she was strapped to a gurney and dropped into one by the Joker. In the film, she just fell backwards like this. Oh, let's just fall backwards into the vat of acid. And then the Joker is like, it's like, nah, I'm gonna let her do. Like, he was gonna walk away, and he just takes off his coat and just jumps off, dives right into the thing, and he proceeds to just make love to Harley when she's in the vat of chemicals, and he also gets his shirt burned too. Yeah, but Harley Quinn, I mean, I do like the fact she's kind of crazy in the film, like she's supposed to be, and Margot does a great job. Oh, and there is a brief moment in this film where she does wear the classic outfit, the Harley Quinn outfit. She does wear it for one scene, but she just goes to wear like a t-shirt and shorts. And when she puts her entire outfit on, I would stare at like, what? I thought that was so funny. I mean, there is humorous bits in the film, something that the previous films did not have a lot of. I'm glad the fact they threw humor in this movie, which I kind of was expecting. But, like, everyone's got like a montage of like suiting up, but Slipshot was already suited up anyways, and she has like a stylized revolver, and Deadshot uses it to take out a bomb. But I'm like, okay, I get the fact she did that, but I get the fact she has it. But I'm like, when did she take time during it? Oh yeah, and I should also mention they do show Arkham Asylum in this movie. Thank you, David Ayer, for showing Arkham Asylum. First time this universe actually showed that particular building. Now, it has been shown in a few different movies. It was shown in the Joe Schumacher Bat movies. It was definitely in the Christopher Nolan Batman movies. And now it's in this one. So it's appeared in live. Oh yeah, it's also appeared in Gotham. So it's appeared in live action 4 times. So this is the 4th live action interpretation of Arkham Asylum. It wasn't shown all that much outside, but I'm glad they showed Arkham Asylum in this movie, and they established the fact that they did a really good job establishing her backstory in the movie. Yeah, over the course of a montage of things. Though Slipknot, they never explained him at all. And I love the little flashback stuff. Margot did a great job, and she was funny. And I love the fact she had a mallet, but she never used it. She just used like a baseball bat. I'm like, she has the mallet. Why didn't she use the mallet the whole time in the movie? And it says she went switched to a baseball bat for some reason, and it's like stylized. It's weird. Oh, and she does not wear a jacket that says Joker's Girl. She does not wear that in the film, despite promotions of showing her wearing it. She doesn't wear it at all in the film. She does wear a shirt that's like Daddy's Little Girl. Yeah, I'm like, was that the outfit she was arrested in? Okay. And one thing odd though, did all the guards watch her undress and dress right in front of, like, did they see her like get her like butt naked? Well, yeah, and apparently she switched bras too, because they kind of show her with different bra. Yeah, it's like everybody is changing right in the open at this airport, and then yeah, it's quite bizarre. Now, she did a great job, but the one character I really want to talk about, and Will Smith. Wow, you did a great job playing Deadshot. I gotta hand it to you. You did a great job, and plus I love the whole Gail Simone homage from Secret Six, where he has like the white pull-on mask. He puts on a couple times in the movie, but he says that when he puts on the mask, people die. But and Harley asks him, like, why do you wear it? Because I like to. And I love the fact that they kept the father aspect of him in the film. Of course, Will Smith knows how to be a father because the guy's got like 3 kids. So I'm glad they kept that aspect of him. And the actress plays Zoe Lawton. Great job. The actress I looked up, she's 13 years old, and she did a great job. And she's not dumb. She does know that her father does kill people, but according to the way she's portrayed, she says that but she still loves him despite the fact he kills people. So I do appreciate that, and I love his fight scene with Batman. And I'm so happy they actually put that in the movie, because I wasn't happy that Batman had a fight scene with the Joker. Like, he didn't fight Joker at all. Oh, and that one scene where he fights Joker. I know I'm joking about the Joker a bit before I continue with Deadshot. The scene with Batman on top of the purple Lamborghini. Yeah, I knew about that months before this film came out. So I knew it was in the film, but I did not know Harley was going to shoot up the roof. I did not know that. But yeah. But and in case you're wondering, Joker does not wear the white suit from Dark Knight Returns. I was kind of hoping he does, but he doesn't wear it at all. He does wear a black suit. He does wear a bow tie in the film, but a lot of time when you see him, he's like partially unbuttoned and just showing a part of his chest because, well, he's gangster and he's modern gangsterish. But at least he got a chance to wear a tie. I'm glad the fact he did that. But back to Deadshot. He looks like he's wearing actual attire instead of like just street clothes like everyone else is wearing. Yeah, it's like he's wearing a proper military uniform, and Will Smith portrays Deadshot like a badass. Heck, there's this one scene in the film where there's these like creatures coming at the soldiers. I'm like, what? And before I get to that, why are soldiers accompanying the Suicide Squad? Because normally in the comics, even in New 52, the military does not accompany the Suicide Squad. I don't know why, but they do. It's quite bizarre. I mean, I get the fact Rick Flag is military, but why the heck is there military soldiers with the Suicide Squad aside from Rick Flag? It's bizarre. But I had to point that out. They never explained it in the film. But Will Smith's badass moment in the movie comes when he hops on top of a car and he has like mini guns on his wrist and just keeps firing all over the place. And Rick Flag tells him don't cut and run, and he explains later that that's him cutting and running, shooting everything. That's probably that is a great moment in the movie, and I highly praise Will Smith for that scene. And I especially love the drinking scene, which they never really put that moment that's from the trailers, like what's everybody drinking. For some reason they cut that out. I'm like, why? It's just so bizarre. But the drinking scene was nice, and I especially love Killer Croc's line, like, I'm beautiful on the inside and out. Yeah. Of course, Katana's there too. She doesn't drink. She just stands there doing nothing. Of course, everybody's upset over Rick Flag not telling what the thing is actually. They thought it was some kind of terror attack. They did not know anything about Enchantress at all until they got to the bar. But yeah, I love the fact they put in the bar scene in the film. It was kind of like a sit-down moment, collect everyone's thoughts, and go fight the bad guy. Yep. But Will Smith, you did a great job playing Deadshot. And apparently his fantasy was to kill Batman. I don't know why. And I especially love the scene, despite the fact it's Rick Flag. Apparently it's Rick Flag, Deadshot, and Harley Quinn are getting the illusions low with El Diablo, and it's like nothing for Katana and Killer Croc for some reason. Not even Captain Boomerang gets one of those. And then when we get to El Diablo, he sees like, oh, he gets his family back, and then he notes right away this is an illusion, and he breaks out of it. And Enchantress is surprised that he was actually able to break out of the illusion, because apparently he can see things, and apparently he says his gifts in the film from the devil. But yeah. But out of all the people to break out of the illusion, it's El Diablo. I mean, I get the fact. Oh, and I gotta point this out. In Harley's illusion, her fantasy is having a normal life with the Joker when he's not crazy, and it's Jared Leto without his makeup on. And apparently they have like 2 kids together. Yeah, I know that one of Harley's best known fantasies is having a family with the Joker, but this is him not as a Joker. But yeah, as for Rick, his illusion, his fantasy is be with June. That's it. Not much to it. But yeah, and plus I love the final scene in the film. Them fighting the giant brother, get rid of him, of course sacrificing El Diablo, giving a heroic sacrifice, and then fighting Enchantress. Everybody got a chance to fight her. Everybody except for Waller. Why was the one who didn't get a chance to fight her? But yeah, that was all nice. And of all people to remove her heart, it's Harley. It's freaking Harley. And somehow she sees Katana's sword laying on the ground, and she's like bowing to her, picks up the Katana sword and stabs her in the chest and rips out the heart and gives it to Flag. And Flag tells Enchantress, give him back June, and he just destroys the heart. Apparently gets for Enchantress as well. And it was a nice scene. And plus, then here comes Waller. Like, apparently, also, I should also mention, Joker finds out where Belle Rev is, and he knows about the bombs. He gets Harley's deactivated. Yeah, but I would have liked it in the film if they would have screen time between the Joker and Deadshot, because from the Assault on Arkham series, they had a lot of screen time. They even beat the crap out of each other in that movie. In this film, they just shot at each other and they had no exchange of dialogue. But yeah, and Waller, it's like, okay, everybody still go back to jail, but get 10 years off the sentence for this. And they all like make demands. Like Harley wants a special machine. Croc wants like drinks and a TV in his thing. Deadshot wants to see his daughter, but he gets supervised visits. Okay, fine. And Flag goes with him, which I do praise Flag for doing it because they get along really well in the movie. Boomerang gets trapped in this, gets the same treatment that and he also gets a punching bag in his cell. I'm like, okay, so they give him a punching bag in his cell. That's interesting. I don't think El Diablo got much of anything. I don't remember if he did or not. Actually, El Diablo died, but yeah. But Boomerang was the only one who did not get anything. I thought that was kind of funny. And apparently he's like locked in the cell. He's like yelling to get out. And then the film ends quite bizarrely with first these soldiers breaking through a wall, and then they cut through Harley Quinn's cage. And the person leading is the Joker, who apparently survived a helicopter crash. That's never explained in the movie. I think that was cut out, but the film has them hugging. It was nice. It was a pretty decent ending, and apparently going to get out. And the post-credit scene, just Waller and Bruce Wayne just talking, and he makes agreement basically he'll keep the Suicide Squad, he'll protect her if he gives her file, if she gives him files on the metahumans he wants to recruit for the Justice League, which is just people who's going to be just like them anyways. But yeah, so it's a good movie to watch. But I'm hoping a director's cut comes out soon for it. Okay, I give the film a 7.75 out of 10. I take out most of the points because of the editing. Okay, so that's it for this episode. Stay tuned for the next episode, which I'm going to talk about Predator 2. Okay, so until then, see you there. Bye.